Powerful, powerful passage. I am excited to share it with you this morning. This has been a personal guidepost for me for a number of years. This passage has been one that's been instructive to me. A pastor asked me yesterday about who I'm connected to and who are my mentors, and I shared a couple of names, but I said, above all, it is good to be led by Christ. This passage has been one I believe that God laid in my heart early on, years ago. And although I've never shared it before, I read it and I think about it. I basically memorized it and internalized it. This passage here with Ezra is one that is important. The reason I want to share it with you this morning is because at this time of year and at this time in many of our lives, our focus is on moving forward. Our focus is on what is next and where we're going. More importantly, how we're going to get there. It's one thing to know that we're moving forward. It's another thing to know how we're getting there. The thing about it being a Christian, being a follower of God, is that where we are, God is with us. As we strive and think about what is next, God is already where we're trying to be. That is a comforting thought to me, to my soul, that everywhere that we're scratching and struggling and moving and trying to get to, God's already there. Yeah. God is waiting there, and he tells us that his grace is sufficient. So the sufficiency of God's grace, of his power, of his love, of his forgiveness is already where I'm trying to be. Some of us have set up goals for 2018, things we're trying to accomplish in 2018, and God says, do it, go for it, let's walk through it together, but I'm already there. Yeah. When you get there, I'll be there waiting for you. And so we thank God for the opportunity to just grow in him and to see that he is with us as we move forward. We ask God that our desires not be of our own, but be of his, that the only agenda that is in our life is his agenda and not our own. Yeah. Amen. So this morning we want to search God's word about how do we move forward. We know one of the key ways, the way that we move forward is by prayer. By our communication, by our talking to God. Ezra's going to show us this morning how indeed we move forward by calling on the name of the Lord. It's been a major area of growth for me in these last couple of months, last 2 or 3 months, mainly through our Bible study. This idea of, and they had nothing in their hands. We've seen a couple times through our Bible study, and I think here as well on Sunday mornings, of people that have moved forward, who've done great things with God, and they did it without anything in their hand. I'm talking about like at the wall of Jericho, where God instructed Joshua to tell them to walk around the wall for 6 days and then walk around the wall on the 7th day and shout with trumpets. And as they did so, the walls of Jericho came tumbling down. As we used to say back in Sunday school when we were growing up, they marched around the walls and the walls came tumbling down. Did it with nothing in their hands. How do you take down a 12-foot wall that's encircling an entire city, a 12-foot thick wall rather, that's encircling an entire city, and they did it with nothing in their hands. They didn't have a bulldozer. They didn't have construction tools. They had the faithfulness, the obedience of God, and the walls came tumbling down. Amen. How is it that